Hi, update on what's going on. So I'm still working on selling the house. The professional photographer came out on Thursday. So pictures were taken. They look great. My realtor's like, man, we forgot like the trash can, which no big deal. It's just it looks better without it, but it's totally normal to have a trash can in the kitchen. And then we forgot to turn on the hallway light. Aside from that, like everything came out great. That was a mad rush, like scramble to try to get everything done in time. It was kind of funny, but anyway. So that got done. Everything was right. I was like, whew, sense of relief, right? Like, no, can't be that easy for me. Absolutely not. Why on earth would I think that life would be easy? I've had a roommate, if I can call her that, who's been staying here for over 2 months now. I kicked her out a couple weeks ago, and she kind of conned me into staying, and I'm trying to help her. I'm trying to help her. She's an acquaintance. I'm trying. Like, she's giving me the sob story, which I should know better. I should know better. When people of a certain age, and she's like late 30s, I'm sorry, but like, I'm learning. Too late, but I'm learning. Like, when people of this age have massive sob stories and they don't have anybody, like, I was an acquaintance. I'd met her a few times. If you are of a certain age and you don't have any friends, actual friends or family members who are willing to help you, there's a sign. Like, that's a red flag. So yeah, my dumb self was like, oh, well, okay, because my other roommate had moved out, like, with barely any notice, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I can't afford this place by myself. Okay, I might as well help her, and she'll end up helping me. Like, I know she doesn't have money right now, but she's working on things. It'll help out. She has paid me a total of $150, I think. 50 was for a watch that I sold her, and then $100 for rent, even though she's cost me several $100s by her being here, so she really hasn't paid anything. Last time, a few weeks ago, she was like, hey, listen, if you just let me stay, I'll make it right, I promise. Stringing me along, constantly stringing me along. And she's like, if you decide later that you don't, you want me to go, I'm like, I'll leave, no questions asked, like, no problem, I'll figure it out, Okay, fine. So Valentine's Day came around. She's dating somebody. They don't go on dates, but she's with somebody who has a full-on girlfriend. They live together. Like, she's the side chick, basically. And it was Valentine's Day, and of course he was with his main chick. And so I tried to talk to her. I sent text messages, put a note on her door. She was just like depressed and holed up in her room. And the next morning she was about to go to work. I told her, like, hey, you gotta go. Like, you were supposed to pay me. She tried to give me an excuse, like, yeah, that's what you've been saying for the last 3 weeks. Like, no, you gotta go. Okay. And she wasn't happy about it, but so she didn't come home when she normally comes home from this job, and I noticed that the dude's truck was here, and I was like, something's wrong. Like, she's planning something. And in my head, my spidey sense was like, abort mission, not good. I had a gig that day, so when I came home, I was like, then I ended up going upstairs. Like, I stayed downstairs. My nephew and his fiance were here, and I went upstairs for something, and I saw a note on her door saying, like, private, keep out. You're hilarious. So I was like, hey, help me pack up this bitch's stuff. So we bagged it all up. We locked all the doors. I have Cat 5 impact doors. Like, you're not getting through them. We locked the downstairs. Like, I had changed the locks 3 weeks before when I kicked her out originally, and she never had a key. So she comes home, her and the guy, and um, like she starts. There's a ladder. There's a ladder on my patio. What does she do? She climbs on top of wicker furniture. She breaks. It's all staging stuff. Like it's my realtor's property. So she stood on it and broke it, like a chair, and she's banging, 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 banging. And all her stuff was packed up. Like I was nice about it. I didn't like just throw stuff in there. I was like, hey, those are our glasses. Be careful with it. Like things that were breakable, we made sure were protected. Like I was doing the right thing, but like I am tired of being used. So like when she came to me, she was literally sleeping in her car. Like I don't care if you have a place to go. First of all, you should have known you're gonna get kicked out because you have been paying. You should have been planning, but I don't care. Like you came from your car, go back from the vehicle from whence you came. Like go. So cops ended up coming. She called the cops. She's pounding, pounding, pounding. I know from before this is a civil situation. I know you don't have to answer the door for the cops. You don't have to. There was no lease. There was no nothing. Like, she doesn't have a key. But I forgot how much the cops hate me here from my ex. My ex, they had to answer like 7. Oh, no. One of the cops is like, why did I say 7? Oh, because I was looking, I've been on break for 7 minutes. They had been called out to my house like 20 plus times because of my ex being violent. The cops never sided with me then either. So I've learned not to call them, not to, they're not here to protect me. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. So where's my mouse? There we go. So she calls them. I'm thinking they're just gonna eventually go away, right? She has no proof that she lives here. Like she agreed to move out. It was never official, you know, like because we had enough text messages, they established residency, even though she agreed to leave. They allowed her to literally kick in my door. And then they shit talked me, as they've done in the past. Like my husband had just, my ex-husband now had just like physically assaulted me in every way possible. Like pushing, hitting, holding me down, essaying me, all the stuff, right? And one of the cops that was here the other night, like literally laughed in my face, scoffed at me. And when he asked what I, for my statement back then, he told me that didn't happen. And I was like, but it did. And then my ex's daughter ended up confirming it and never even an apology. Like he literally laughed in my face and told me I was lying. That's the kind of cops that we have here. Anyway, so they got in my face and was like, well, you made things difficult. Why wouldn't you just answer the door? Because I don't trust you. I don't like you. You're not here for me, But yeah, they let her kick in the door and she was all he ha 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 and like acting like a crazy woman. She went upstairs, started smoking in the room, just trash talking the whole time. All right, everything in that room was owned by my realtor, and she had threatened to destroy more property. So my realtor came in and retrieved the items that were hers. She had to kick in the door to do it. I allowed her to. So that was yet another police interaction. They tried to arrest me. They thought about arresting me. They thought about arresting my realtor. 1 second, my break is over. My watch is going off. They're not here. Like they protect the bad guys, at least in my city. Like they're not here to protect the good people. So I've learned a lesson. Don't help people, which sucks because I like to help people. I'm a good person. I try my absolute best to be a good person to other people. but I've also learned to protect your peace, don't help people. The law is not on your side. So my old roommate, one of my really good, like my favorite roommate, honestly, my favorite roommate I've had here, he came by yesterday and he fixed the doors, both of them. Now I'm here alone. I'll probably let my nephew and his girlfriend come up here on the weekends if they want to, just to give them something to do, to give me company, because I don't like living alone. Like I'm very content, like I'm very independent, but I prefer to have somebody to talk to every once in a while. Turns out I like to talk. But so I had some fixing to do. I was supposed to make some content this weekend and do some video chats. I have not been able to because life, life. But I am now alone again. So I work, until 8 p.m. on the weekdays, but afterwards I'll be, here. I still have some house stuff to do. Now I have some, like I have to sand and paint again, do some stuff. I still need to like go through some stuff. Just weed out my belongings, deep clean stuff, just try to make it look nice. But the house is about to be listed, and hopefully it sells very quickly and then I can get out of here. I am so excited, and can't wait to start my journey, really. But life has been lifing. Life has been lifing. Anyway, gotta go back to work.